Hey everybody in the online world, it's Isabel Marie again, coming from you from my balcony. It's a beautiful, clear, sunny day. It's breezy, getting to the point where winter is coming, but there's something I want to share with you guys today that I think makes such a big impact in my life, and I think a lot of people can relate to that. I was going through my storage, and I found my old sketchbook from high school, believe it or not. Used to be one of my friends, Eric Halverson's. And I was going through all the sketches, and it was just really nice to see all the things I used to do and still enjoyed doing. But I came across this letter, and it's a letter that I wrote to myself. I do that, from time to time based on what's going on in my life, just to kind of be able to gauge what I'm going through and reflect on that later on. So here it is from March 10th, 1998, and I wanted to share it with you guys. Let me read it to you, and I'll tell you why in a second. It says, "Dear Isabel, hello, how are you today? I know I know even though things aren't going the way you would like them to be, you are still alive and healthy. Today is little Mark's birthday," who's my brother, "and all I wish is that I could be there. The days seem to pass by so senselessly and meaningless as you stop to admire the sun. You seem very happy with the way that most of your life has turned out. However, the one factor that still bothers you so very much seems to be getting worse no matter how hard you try. You called Mark to wish him a happy birthday, and the only thing that mattered to your parents was, when are you going to move all your stuff out of their storage? I feel that you have made every effort to express the love and respect towards them, even though you feel like you should be doing more. How much more shit can you take? But no matter what they do or say, you'll always be back at their doorstep offering them more money or more something. When you take all the material things away, all it comes down to is love, the same kind of love that slipped away between you and your real mother, and you wonder how does it feel to love and be loved. You've been through so many things that you wished you hadn't, and you learned how to love yourself and others. However, you try to find the love towards yourself in strangers, sex, money, and material things. After all that shit, you're still empty. No matter how hard you try, you wonder how much longer it would be before you experience it, or even if you will find it at all. You don't expect every day with your parents to be great, but if just one day they would make you feel accepted or important, then it will be worth the effort. Mom's dead, and it hurts to know that you never knew all you needed to know in life. All the questions that you never found or were finished until she died. Now you'll never know anything you really needed to, and you want some answers from your parents before it's too late. Your life will never be complete unless you put your whole past behind you and never look back. Your friend Mark poses as a friend, but in actuality, he's just another obstacle to pass by. I appreciate the help that they give me, but I wish it was help from the heart, not from pity. You look back at what is really important, and that's you and your happiness. Remember, it is better to have tried and failed than to never try at all. With all the love, care, respect, Isabel Marie. I love you a lot. P.S. Mark and Frank will always love you forever." Mark and Frank are my brothers. When I read that, and when I read that, I still can't believe how far my life has come. And it's so funny because 10 years ago, almost to the day, I wrote that, and I was just so empty. I was just, on this quest to find what it was that I was looking for. Happiness, love, acceptance, success, the feeling of relevance and importance. But the funny thing, guys, is exactly what I said in there. At the end of the day, no matter what it is you're going through, no matter who it is that's in your path and that might be an obstacle at the time, the most important thing is that you love yourself, you accept yourself, and you truly are there for yourself first. A lot of people feel guilty that if they're not giving all of themselves to somebody, and even though it might be hurting them, that they're not a good parent, or they're not a good child, or they're not a good neighbor, or a good lover. But the thing about it is, guys, is that you can't give something you don't have. I love my family. I love my parents to death. I love my son, and that's because I have love for myself. I accept them as is. You know, we have a relationship that might be different for some people where, you know, they're further away from where I live. We don't talk as often. And some people live right next door to their parents, and that's okay. No matter what the circumstances, there is no better or worse. You know, you can't have meaning to something unless you give it meaning. So when some people would say, oh, well, you and your parents, you know, don't get along because we don't live close. No, that's not true. It just means that I'm following my own path. I'm following my heart. You know, I'm doing the best for my son and myself, and so are my parents. You know, my parents are taking care of themselves and stuff, and it just means that we love each other in a different way. So the point of this, guys, is if you don't take care of these things now, if you don't get through them, it doesn't mean you have to get over them. And forgiving somebody doesn't mean that you're allowing them to get away with whatever they did to you. What it means is that you're doing it for yourself. Have you ever heard the saying, not forgiving somebody is like drinking a poison and expecting the other person to die? It's the same thing, guys. But see, the thing is like, if you don't get through these things, and if you don't get past them healthy and completely, you'll always carry a part of that with you in your entire life, and it will always be something that's going to be in front of you and an obstacle in your business. You know, a lot of people think, well, you know, if I have the right website, or if I have the right upline or the right downline, or if, you know, but it doesn't matter, because a lot of people get into these businesses and then start accepting pressures from people to do things they don't want to do, or they start looking for acknowledgement or acceptance and doing things that might not be them because, you know, they're looking for approval in other people because of something that they might not have taken care of before. So it's like when I read that letter and stuff, it gets to me because it's like I remember when I wrote that, I remember what I was going through, and I'm so full of like joy and love because I'm so glad that I went through that, and where I'm at now is just, it's been such a blessing. So, you know, a lot of people are like, wow, you're only 28 years old. How do you know all these things? How do you get where you are in life? How do you just, and it, you know, it comes from, I think everybody's born with the same abilities. Some people just hang on to them more. Like the kid at heart, that's kind of, if you hold on to how you were when you were a kid, you never let go of that hope and that the ability to dream and the ability to trust and take risk, you know, as an adult. And that's something that I've done consciously and subconsciously. So, you know, if you want to know how to do those things, if you want to know how to connect, if you're, you know, you've ever been through something in your life and you're wondering, like, why am I not happy? Or why is my business not successful? Or why don't I have, you know, close friendships or relationships? There's a reason why for it. And, you know, guys, as your friend first, your, you know, mentor and coach and business partner second, third, fourth, you know, I can help you get to that point because it's just something that's natural for me. I've known for 10 years now what my goal is, what my job is here on earth. I'm here to help, teach, and inspire people, especially the ones that are not able to do that for themselves. You know, the abused, or kids, or the elderly, or homeless people. That's just who I am. That is what I like to do. So from, even in a business sense, a personal sense, you can't go forward with your life if you haven't let go of what has hurt you in your past. So if this makes sense to you guys, find me. I'm at www.myspace.com/Miss_Izzy ISSY. I'm also at YouTube. You can find my videos, subscribe, rate them. Even if you hate it, rate it. You know, leave comments as long as they're positive. I don't collect comments that are negative. And it's youtube.com/quick, QUIK, there's no C, witted, WITTED, woman, WOMAN. And then you could go ahead and email me at Isabel Marie, ISABEL, all one word, the number 1313 @gmail.com. If there's anybody out there that this connected with and stuff, like I said, you know, I am a mom, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a person, and I don't really come for the pushy business aspect of it. I'm more of the person that I like to be personal with somebody, get to know them, let them get to know me, and help them work through wherever they're at in life to come to the point where they want to be successful in business. Because everything in your life, the 5 points in your life, you know, go along with each other. And if you're not successful in one, you won't be successful in any. Excuse me, if you're not successful in all of them, you won't be successful in any, because they all go hand in hand. So, you guys have a great day. Find me, Hakuna Matata, and God bless. Bye-bye.